What habits do fluent French speakers have that you don't? You know that feeling where you've been studying for months, doing the lessons, watching the videos, maybe even using apps, but you still can't hold a real conversation? You start wondering what's wrong with you. Why is everyone else progressing and you're just stuck? And then you start saying these to yourselves, maybe I'm too old, maybe I don't have the gift, maybe fluency just isn't for me. Trust me, I felt this way for years. I was doing all the right things, but nothing was clicking. I was ready to give up. I was completely frustrated. Then I changed 5 small habits and everything shifted. And the 5 habits I'm going to share with you in this video are going to help you finally make real progress in French. Vous êtes prêts? C'est parti. Je m'appelle Sunmoluwa, j'ai appris le français à l'âge adulte et grâce à cette langue, j'ai pu m'installer au Canada. Habit number 1. I started speaking out loud every single day, even when I was alone. Before, I would study French in silence. I would do exercises, watch videos, maybe sometimes even listen to French songs, but I never opened my mouth. And then I'd get into a real conversation and freeze. My brain knew the words, but my mouth couldn't produce them. The problem? I was training my ears and eyes, but not my voice. And so I made a change. Every single day, I started speaking French out loud. Even if it was just to myself, like narrating my morning routine, describing what I was cooking, talking through my to-do list. Je me réveille, je préparais le petit déjeuner, je dois envoyer un email. It felt very strange at first, but within weeks, speaking became easier. The words started coming faster. The hesitation started disappearing. And so if you're not speaking out loud every single day, you're leaving fluency on the table. Habit number 2, I started practicing with a real person. Speaking to yourself is powerful, but at some point you need a real human being on the other side. Why? Because a real person responds. That's just it. A real person asks follow-up questions. A real person corrects your mistakes in real time. And that pressure, that beautiful, uncomfortable pressure, it forces your brain to level up. For so long, I avoided this. I told myself back then that I wasn't ready. I kept on saying I'll speak to someone when my French is better. But better never came because I wasn't speaking. And so I made a change. I found a tutor. 3 times a week, I would have a conversation with my tutor. Sometimes I stumbled, sometimes I forgot words, definitely. But I remember every single session, I got a little bit better. Having someone to talk to, someone who corrects you, someone who pushes you, holds you accountable, that changed everything for me. Now, if you're looking for a tutor online, and please know this is not a sponsored video, you can also check out my Preply link in the description box below. So like I told you guys earlier, I'm currently getting ready for the DALF C1 exam. And I just knew that I needed a tutor as well because I needed somebody who had taught students how to get ready for that particular exam. And so I found this teacher on Preply. Once again, this is not a sponsored video. I'm just using Preply at the moment and I find that I'm really enjoying my tutor specifically. So once again, you can check out the link in the description box below if you want. But whether you use Preply or another online platform or find a language partner or even join a conversation group, the habit is the same. Talk to a real person regularly. Stop hiding behind apps. Start having real conversations. Habit number 3, I started consuming French content I actually enjoy. For so long, I would force myself to watch boring French news, read dry articles about politics, even listen to podcasts that honestly just put me to sleep. And I did all of this because I thought that's what serious learners do. But I dreaded it. And when you dread something, you avoid it. So I made a change. I actually started watching French YouTubers who made me laugh. I listened to French music I actually liked. I found French podcasts about topics I was already interested in. Suddenly, learning didn't feel like work. I was consuming hours of French content without even trying because I was genuinely entertained. So here's the truth. The best content for learning French is the content you actually consume. Please, please, please stop forcing yourself to study things that you hate, things that you don't like, if hate is a strong word. Find what you enjoy and let that pull you forward. It's that simple. Habit number 4, I started tracking my progress weekly, not daily. Let me be honest, this one changed my mindset completely. When I tracked my progress daily, I got frustrated because on any given day, it felt like nothing had changed. You still make mistakes, you still forget words, you still stumble. And that daily frustration, it made me want to quit. But when I started tracking weekly, everything shifted. Every Sunday, I'd record myself speaking for 2 minutes. Then I'd compare it to the previous week and I could hear the difference. Clearer pronunciation, fewer pauses, more complex sentences. But here's what really helped me track my progress. I pushed myself to take an exam. I signed up for the DALF C1 exam And as you can see right here, I passed. I did excellently well. And that moment, that was the motivation I needed. I could finally see proof that my French was actually getting better. It wasn't just a feeling anymore. It was on paper. That result pushed me to eventually take the TEF exam, which is what got me to Canada. And guys, I'm still in the game with you. I'm still learning French every single day. Yes, I may not be at the beginner level again. I may not be at the intermediate level. I'm at the advanced level, but I'm still learning the French language because I'm not a native speaker. So right now, I'm pushing myself even further. I'm currently preparing for the DALF C1 exam. So yes. Honestly, it has stretched me in ways I couldn't even imagine, but it's good. It's good progress. So if you're wondering whether you're making progress, track it, record yourself, take a practice test, or sign up for an actual exam. Because sometimes you need that external proof to see how far you've come. Habit number 5, I stopped studying for hours and started studying in short bursts. I used to think more time meant more progress. So back then, I'd block off 2 or 3 hours on a Saturday, sit down with my course, have my notebook, and just start grinding. But by hour 2, when hour 2 was also maybe an hour 15 minutes, or an hour 30 minutes, my brain was fried. I wasn't absorbing anything. And then I wouldn't study again for a week because I was exhausted. Does this sound familiar? So remember I just told you guys that I'm actually getting ready for the DALF C1. Here is my current reality. I'm a mom. I have a full-time job. I have to do daycare drop-off. I have to do grocery shopping and so many other things I have to do. Where is the time for me to study for 5 hours? It doesn't exist. But instead, here's what I do. Every morning before my daughter wakes up, before the chaos of the world starts, before I need to get to work, I study. Even if it's just for 30 or maybe even 45 minutes. So I just wanted to show you what I mean by I try and wake up very early. It's extremely cold outside, and as you can see the time, this is 5:12, right? So you can see that it's very early. And I love this because everywhere is quiet. Nobody's awake yet. I can do whatever I want. So because I said I'm practicing currently for the DALF exam, this is my textbook, and I know what I want to study. So for instance, right now this morning, I want to go over the listening aspect of the exam. So I'm going to practice my listening. I'm going to just show you what I do in the morning. After practicing my listening, I'm going to journal for a bit. I'm going to read part of a book that I'm really enjoying at the moment. And that's just my morning. So let's go. So I have my DALF C1 here. So you can see it's all set up. This is the compréhension de l'oral. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to review it. There are questions that I'm going to be asked. I'm going to listen, obviously. I'm going to write them down. This is just like my own study time. All right, so I'm done with the, what's it called? I'm done with the listening aspect of my practice. And what time is it? Oh, I actually did well. This is what, 5:58? Yeah, it's correct, 5:58. So now I want to practice the listening because I just remembered I have a class with my teacher in about 1 hour by 7 a.m. my time. And she told me to practice production écrite from the textbook, and then we're going to review it together. So I have already gone ahead to write that down. Let me show you. So here is my question that I'm going to practice now. You can see I even put this here so I don't forget. So this is the question. I don't even know if it's clear. Yeah, it is. This is the question I'm going to practice now so that when I meet my teacher, she and I can go over it. All right, let's get started. All right, so I am done with the writing. Let me show it to you. This is my writing. My handwriting is quite crazy. I'm done with that. And what's the time? I finished before then. This is 6:31. So I still have a bit of time. And there's this book I'm currently reading. It's called The Miracle Morning. It's absolutely beautiful. I was going to read a different book now, but I can't because I have a guest. My daughter showed up. So for those who ever ask, okay, so what happens when like your daughter wakes up or when everything just doesn't go as planned? You just continue. Like, this is literally my life. I said this is 6:30. She woke up early. Maybe she heard my voice because I'm talking to a camera or something. But I just continue. Like, I put her down. Maybe I give her some milk. I get her breakfast. And I do the part I can do. Or I just call it a day. Get her ready for daycare. When I come back, if I have a bit of time before work, I continue. But just to show you guys that it is possible to wake up early and do something for yourself. Because I always say this, before the chaos, before the world wakes up, and by the world I mean my daughter, you just have to continue doing what you want to do. Okay? Just make out time for what is important, especially if it's French in the morning. Just if you can do 15 minutes, if you can do 30 minutes, if you can do 1 hour, it's possible. With that being said, bonjour. Okay, like I said, it is, you see, it's 7 a.m. now. It's even telling me I have a class. My teacher is here. She is going to...
Bonjour, Soma.
Bonjour, comment ça va?
Bonjour. Comment tu vas?
Ça va, ça va. C'est très tôt aujourd'hui. Attends. J'ai le problème. Ok, non, ça va. C'est très tôt, c'est 7 heures, mais ça va.
Tu es bien réveillée?
Oui. Je me suis réveillée à 5 heures ce matin pour pratiquer mon français comme d'habitude. Mais oui.
Fatiguée ou tu as de l'énergie?
Maintenant, oui. J'ai de l'énergie maintenant. Hier, non. Mais maintenant, oui. J'ai de l'énergie. J'aime tes cheveux.
Ah, merci.
So like I already showed you, I told you about the DALF C1 exam that I'm getting ready for. I promise you, I don't hold my textbook and tell myself, I'm going to spend 5 hours on this today. No, like that's impossible. How? But I show up every morning, consistency in short bursts. And if you're wondering how to structure those short bursts, I have a method that I use called the 3-to-1 method. I'll link it right here if you want to try it. It's very, very helpful. But the habit is simple. Please stop waiting for the perfect 3-hour block. It's not coming. So just study in short bursts. Show up every day. That is how fluency happens. So those are the 5 habits that made me fluent. Remember, number 1, speak out loud every day, even alone. Number 2, practice with a real person regularly. Number 3, consume content you actually enjoy. Number 4, track your progress weekly and please push yourself to take exams. And number 5, study in short bursts, not long sessions. I wish I had these habits when I started learning French. It would have saved me years. But now you know, so you don't have to make the same mistakes I did. I mean, and I'm not some genius. I wish though. I had a full-time job and I learned French in Lagos, Nigeria, without ever having to live in France or any Francophone country. And so I say this because if I can do it, you can do it too. If you would like a complete roadmap to guide your French journey, 90 plus topics from beginner to intermediate to advanced, organized week by week, I've linked my French fluency guide in the description box below. And if this video helped you, please send it to someone who is stuck in their French learning. They will thank you. Please don't forget to subscribe and like this video. It really helps this channel. So tell me, which habits are you going to start with? Drop in the comments. I read every single comment and I reply to them. Bonjour.